Okay, good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing on this Monday? My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws, and this is our Monday night live class. Every Monday night, we try and do some sort of landscape, whether it's over the ocean or the forest or a path or something. You know, we've even done a couple times some interiors. That's probably something we should revisit here sooner than later, so we'll maybe do that next week. But yeah, my name's Kurt, and I just want to thank everyone for being here, and if you watch the replay a little bit later, thank you as well. And I always appreciate when you guys give a thumbs up to the video or a comment. Man, those comments really do help. So and if you're not yet subscribed, hit that subscriber button. I always appreciate it. Hey, AJ and Sharon, I see you guys. Welcome. Glad you're here. So let's see. Are you guys ready to get started? I am. We do have a couple links down below. We have a very active Facebook group if you want to get involved with that. That's really a fantastic resource to have such a great community of people. We're getting close to 5,000 people, and I'd love to have you join us. We also have a real good class that I like called the Daily Draw. And if you're struggling with just the habit of drawing every day, this will really help you in that area. Okay, enough of all that. Let's get down to business here, right? Let's see here. Now why? And there it goes. Okay. So one of the great things about our Facebook group is that if you have a problem, you can post it and people will help. This was posted by one of our members, Jill, and she had a problem of trying to understand how to draw this stump in perspective or round it out. So I just want to quickly show you, and I think it's something that we all can learn from. So let's check this out together here, okay? So Jill, the only thing you have to do on this is to really foreshorten your stump just a little bit more. And when I say foreshorten, you know, if I draw a circle looking straight at it, that's what it generally looks like. But as that circle becomes more foreshortened, it becomes like this. Okay? So I would bet that this stump should be more like this. You see? Then we could come around here with your roots. That these are looking really good there. You see, if I go like that, then I get a better sense that I am that this is I'm looking back like it's going back in space. Okay, so let's draw that together right over here really quickly. So if I drew, let's start off with a stump that's foreshortened. So I'm going to start off with a bit of an oval. And hold on here, let's see why that's not there it is. Okay, it was just catching up just for a bit there. So if I am to start with an oval, okay, come on, baby. Hold on. Gotta make sure it's projecting on the screen here. Hey, anyone hear any jokes lately, right? All right, let's see if this works here. This is not the best way to start off a live stream, right? But you know what? This is how we roll, especially on a Monday night. We just get her done, and that's how we do it. So let's see if this pops up here. Un momento. All right, that looks pretty good there. Okay, let's hope that sticks. That looks good. Let's get back into this. Okay, now we're back. I gave you a chance to sharpen your pencils and get ready to roll, right? So if you think of a stump, right now in our Facebook group, we're all drawing stumps and fallen trees. If you think of a stump really as like a cylinder, that's a great place to start. You see? And then you could kind of make a guide at the bottom like this, and then this will tell you how far out to put your roots if you're going to do that. You see that? And your cylinder can be any size, really. Look, there's this one there. Again, you put a little light guide there, and this will tell you how far to make your roots. Now these are goofy looking roots from this tree, but you get the idea. You could even like if a beaver, we used to live in the state of Maryland and we had a lot of beavers. You see, you could make your stump at a slant. That could be interesting as well. And if you're going to look down on your stump, we're going to see more of it. Well, then you're going to just think of this. Think of it as a cylinder. I know I'm going speedy here, but I want to get on to our drawing. So anyways, so Jill, I would just recommend when you do watch this, just think of those stumps as cylinders. And if it's going to come towards you more, you see this? If it's going to be more like that, it's going to be less foreshortened. If you're looking right down the top of it, that's going to be a lot more foreshortened. And then when you put some roots in, make sure you add some surface lines. And you could even add a branch coming out like this, you see? All right, so there's that. So let's get on to our drawing. I do hope that helps. All right, look at this. Awesome. We got these lovely, we got these awesome looking mushrooms here. So let's get into this and see how we do. We're going to be using a lot of overlap tonight, and overlap, and then we're also going to be using some atmospheric perspective. That means something that is in the distance is a lot lighter in value than things that are up close. All right, so let's do that. Let's start off tonight with start with a framework here. We're going to start with a framework here. And then let's break this down just a little bit in the foreground and background. So this right here is going to be a very obvious separation. Just going to come down like that maybe. And let's get some sense of depth here and scale. So let's draw this first mushroom, and the one I'm going to draw is way out in front. And look how big this guy is. This guy is huge. because it's closest to us. All right. Let's kind of position the next one here, and I'm just kind of trying to gear the proportion, the amount of the shape. Okay. Looks like we got a nice big one popping in here in the bottom left corner. And we got this nice line of them. So I'm just going to kind of gonna gesture a line here. Okay, so there's one maybe, just like that. I got a nice angle. There's another one. Just go nice and slowly here, no rush. Okay. Got this little guy down here. Look at that. Nice variation in size there. All right, got another one over here. Looks like I'm going to run out of room, but that's how we roll, right? Sometimes you run out of room and you make do. All right, got this last one up on top here. Okay. Now I'm looking at her picture here, and I'm squinting my eyes so they go blurry on me, and I'm just checking the overall value of stuff. And I think what I'm going to do is drop in just a general value tone just throughout the whole bottom here a little bit. Just going to go slowly. And I'm just going to continue this general tone in the underbrush here. We'll come back and darken this up soon, but at this point it's good just to start separating some values. Okay. Just keep it light. All right, now when I look, let's kind of bring up the background just a little bit. Let's work on the background. So when I look at the background and I look beyond these trees, I see that thin bit of very bright value. It's the sky. And below it, there's like this light blue. It's almost like the mountain in the distance. And then you got some yellow and greens below that. Do you see that? Let's go ahead and just, let's just put this tone in here. I'm just going to kind of go in with an edge like that. And I'm going to come in with a shape like that as well. And I want to just put a tone in between here, lightly. Get a nice value back there. All right. Look at this. Let's start with this tree right here is almost dead center. So let's start with him. But be careful when you get toward the bottom, like right here, just be careful not to go all the way to the bottom because we want to use that grass, that bright grass there, okay? So let's do that. And we're just gonna don't go too dark. We're gonna keep all of our darks for the stuff up front there, but this is a good value there. All right, let's put that next tree in. And this next tree goes all the way down to the edge of the forest, looks like. Let's put the next one in. And even keeping the edges slightly soft. We'll keep the hard edges down below. Keeping it a little bit the edges soft. That's, you know, a lot of times when you draw, you always want to consider, am I going to make the edge soft or am I going to make it hard? All right, there's another one right there. Let's get Okay. Now, I'm going to draw this. This is the next one right there. I'm going to draw that one because I know that from him to the right, all the way it's pretty filled up, but to the left it doesn't get as, it's a little bit more open. So I want to make sure I keep that I want to keep that open on their left side there. So there he is there. And I think I'm going to just put one more tree over here. And there, that's it. That's all I'm going to put on that side. So to the right here, I'm going to start to fill this in with more trunks. Okay, now I'm going to squint my eyes and I'm going to look at the where's the values with these pine needles or these trees back in the back. So I'm just going to come back in here with another value now and start to try and emulate the different shapes that I see in those trees. Really looking carefully here. Sharon, AJ, how you guys doing out there? Doing good? Am I going too fast? Let me know. I'll slow it down a bit. Keep referring to your picture there just a bit. Just trying to get these light values in. I'm a little ahead. Great. Awesome. You get the idea. Okay, I'm going to kind of work from my left a little bit here, and here's this interesting shape of this trunk. You see that? And I'm just going to come in here with a darker value. That's an interesting shape I got going there. All right, and I've got this shape of the trunk coming down there. You see that? Just slowly working in these different values. Don't be afraid of going dark, because that's creates contrast here. Now let's look closely. Let's look closely at this first mushroom at the far right. Okay, let's see what's going on with this guy. Okay, so if I look closely at him, the right side has a little bit more tone than the left side. You see that? And then the stem, got the stem there. And to make it pop off, darken the background around it. Okay, drop in a darker value, and your lights will pop forward. Or, actually, I should say, it's not so much that they'll pop forward, but your eye will always go to the lightest point of the drawing. So you can use that to bring the viewer where you want to lead the viewer where you want them to go. You could even add a little rim light. Some of these don't really have them, but they are. Rim light is where you just bring the darker value right up to the edge like this, and then you leave just a little bit of white to the paper. And that could be quite nice. It could be quite dramatic. Slowly making my way down here. Let's jump to the bottom right. I'm going to jump to the bottom right here because there's a lot of texture in here. And I think when you have an area like this, you want to take your time and render it. So let's look at some key objects that we could use for, like look at this branch coming in right there. See, that's an important one. And then you've got another one right here. You see that? And we don't want to rush over those. So let's kind of line those in really quickly. And we got another one down here. So we want to look for key objects. Okay, so there's like a leaf coming down here. Look at the bottom part of this mushroom. It kind of flares out just a little bit. Then you have a kind of a leaf shape there, right? More shapes. Just going slowly here. Looks like there's a bit of leaves coming in like this. Constantly checking the overall look of the piece to make sure that you are maintaining values, the correct values. Okay. This guy has a little bit of a shadow. Using a lot of overlap. Really drop in those darks when you can. It's going to create nice contrast. It's a big test of looking for variety. Oh, you're good, AJ. You're liking these landscapes. No, that's excellent. I don't know. Do you find them to be? They're a little bit more stress-free, where the portrait drawing is always a little bit stressful because you don't want to look like an idiot. It's hard to draw a portrait. So it's especially as an artist, because then we're going to post our work, and we don't want anyone to mock us. Our work is an expression of who we are. It's landscapes we could get away with a lot. I think the key is not to get lost in the details. When I get lost, I just say, okay, where is an interesting shape that I can find here? Well, we're going to get you. I'm going to get you to the point, AJ, where portraits are not stressful anymore. They're exciting. We'll get you there. Don't forget to use those values. Like, decide maybe like you're going to keep the lightest lights to be the tops of those mushrooms, so they stand out from the crowd, right? Good. Yeah, me too. We're always growing. always growing. In fact, I just signed up for a class for myself. You never stop. The day that you think you've learned it all, then, well, it's not a good sign. I am using surface lines to describe the surface of some of these little leaves and things. I'm really going in and squinting my eyes to get make sure my values are dark, because I want these mushrooms to pop off. I want them to be the first read in this area here. I've decided to go with dark dots instead of white dots, because it's much easier to render it this way. Using surface lines on the stems, I think these are called stems, of these mushrooms here. All right, how we doing, everyone? I'm going to start doing this stick now, and look at that stick. There's a light side and a dark side to it, so I definitely want to I want to make sure I capture that. One thing I want you to be careful of, and I can't see your drawings, so if you take a minute and look how I have these brights over here. I know that they're in the picture, but I want to make sure I tone all these down just a little bit, because I really want I want the mushrooms to be the star of the show here. And with some of this foliage, for me, they're just competing, and I don't want them to compete. These are choices that you make as you're going along. Looking for those interesting shapes down here. How's that looking? Not too shabby. Maybe I earned some ice cream for tonight. Okay. I'm going to come back into the background up here. I put too many lines over here. I really want this to read much brighter on this side than on the left. Just coming back in here and working some brighter brights. I pull out my 4B to get my mushroom to pop. I usually just use HB. Oh yeah, love the 4B. Love the darker colors. We have in our group, there's a guy named Aubin, and Aubin is a portrait artist in Jamaica. He'll chime in every so often. And I think he goes all the way up to like a 12B. A 12B? I didn't even know they made him that dark. No, that's what he likes to use. The darker the better. And I hear it, man. Okay, I think that's gonna do it for us tonight. I think I'm just gonna kind of go in here and work, just kind of look closely at it and see if I can play with some of these darker values and create even more variation here. A little bit of overlap. Let's see what happens. Oh, you do have a 12B. All right. All right. I think that's going to do it. Hey, Sharon, I'm glad you liked it. Thank you so much. And I think with that, we're going to call it a night. So listen, my name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws. Thank you so much for watching this. Check out our other videos. We have a ton. We keep adding them up, and we have such a great collection. So if you haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up, throw a comment down there, and then join our Facebook group so we can stay in contact and I can see what you're doing, okay? Thanks for watching, everyone. My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws. Now, give yourself a pat on the back, all right? You deserve some ice cream. All right, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow, okay? Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.